Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Naveen Nayak and we are doing NCERT series, and today's class we will discuss about the motion of the earth, and this is the third chapter in NCERT 6 geography, and this course is very important for UPSC, CSC and Indian Forest Service exams. And before starting the class, let me introduce myself. And I am Naveen Nayak. I completed my BTech in Civil Engineering and I am passionate towards teaching and researching. And in today's class, we will learn the motion of the earth. This is a third chapter in NCERT 6th class. And let's see. The earth has two type of motion, namely rotation and revolution. Rotation is the movement of earth on its axis. The movement of earth around the sun in a fixed path or orbit is called revolution. And see here, this is sun and this is earth. Earth is surrounding the sun in elliptical orbit, and this motion is called revolution. Earth is revolving around the sun, and the rotation is the movement of earth on its axis. Earth rotates. First motion is earth rotates and it will revolve around the sun. The axis of the earth, which is a imaginary line, makes an angle of 66 with its orbital plane. The plane formed by the orbit is known as an orbital plane. The axis of earth, which is imaginary line, makes an angle 66 degrees. Here you can see here the earth is tilted and the angle making is called angle, which is 66 degrees half. Earth receives light from the sun. Due to spherical shape of earth, only half of it gets light from the sun at a time. You can see here the sunlights are falling over one part of the earth, and backward we don't receive the sunlight from the earth because one part is facing towards the sun, and earth is a geoidal shape. Due to spherical shape of earth, only half of it gets light from the sun at a time. Due to spherical shape of the earth, only half of the earth half of it gets light from the sun at a time. The portion facing the sun experience day, while the other half away from the sun experience night, as I shown in the last pic. Thus, the circle that divides the day from night on the globe is called the circle of illumination. Remember, that divides the day from night. This circle does not coincide with the axis. The earth takes about 24 hours to complete one rotation around its axis. Remember, 24 hours to complete one rotation around its axis. The period of rotation is known as the earth day. This is the daily motion of earth, and due to the rotation we will have the day and night. Second motion of the earth around the sun, it is orbit is called revolution. Second movement is revolution. First movement is rotation. It takes 365 days, 1/4 to revolve around the sun. 365 days and 1/4 takes to revolve around the sun. The remaining hours will added to the leap year. We considered a year as a consist of 365 days only and ignoring 6 hours for the sake of convenience, and 6 hours is added to leap year. Leap year comes every 4 years, and because of this 6 hours is added to that year. And you can see here the earth and its seasons. Due to revolutions, the seasons will come. You can see summer solstice, June 21 to June 22, incoming solar energy greatest in the northern hemisphere. See here, in the summer solstice, the northern hemisphere is faced towards the sun, and winter solstice, incoming solar energy greatest in the southern hemisphere. And in the month of December 21-22, Earth's southern hemisphere faces towards the sun, and autumnal equinox, September 22 to 23, incoming solar energy equal in both hemisphere. It is important. Solar light is equal in both the hemisphere. And vernal equinox, March 21-22, incoming solar energy equal in both hemisphere. And equinox, we see equinox 2 times, one on March 21 or 22, and another one is September 22 or 23. This occurs due to the revolution, and the earth is tilted, so the seasons will occur. Six hours saved every year are added to make one day over a span of 4 years. This surplus day is added to the month of February, and non-leap year has only 28 days, and leap year February month has 29 days. Thus every 4th year February is of 29 days instead of 28 days. Such a year with 366 days is called leap year. Remember this, leap year. It is clear that the earth is going around the sun in a elliptical orbit. As I told, earth is revolving around the sun in the elliptical orbit. Notice that throughout its orbit the earth is inclined in the same direction, and earth is inclined. A year is usually divided into summer, winter, spring and autumn season. Remember, due to revolution of earth, seasons changes due to the changes in the position of the earth around the sun, and seasons also changes when the earth revolves around the sun. On the 21st June, the northern hemisphere is tilted towards the sun, as I told by showing in the pic. The rays of the sun falls directly on the Tropic of Cancer. As a result, these areas receive more heat. The areas near the poles receive less heat as the rays of the sun are slanting. We know that from equator to poles, when we go from equator to poles, the sunlight decreases. The North Pole is inclined towards the sun, and the places beyond the Arctic Circle experience continuous daylight for about 6 months. In the northern hemisphere, in the Arctic Circle, there will be 6 months of day, since a large portion of northern hemisphere is getting light from the sun. It is summer in the region north of the equator. The longest day and the shortest night at these places occur on 21st June. It is equinox, not equinox, it's a summer solstice. At this time is in the summer hemisphere, southern hemisphere, all these conditions are reversed. In the southern hemisphere, they will get longer nights and shorter days. It is winter season there. The nights are longer than the days. The portion of the earth is called summer solstice. On the 22nd December, the Tropic of Cancer receives the direct rays of sun as the south pole tilted towards it. As the sun rays falls vertically at the Tropic of Capricorn, 23 degrees south, a large portion of southern hemisphere gets light. And when the southern hemisphere tilted towards the sun, in the month of December, they will receive the maximum day, because they will receive the maximum sunlight. Therefore, it is summer in the southern hemisphere with longer days and shorter nights. The reverse happens in the northern hemisphere, and we will have longer days, longer nights and shorter days. This portion of the earth is called winter solstice. This position is winter solstice. On 21st March and September 23rd, direct rays of sun falls on the equator. At this position, neither of the pole is tilted towards the sun, so the whole earth experiences equal days and equal nights. Remember this, 21st March and September 23rd. This is called equinox. On 23rd September, it is a autumn season in the northern hemisphere and the spring season in the southern hemisphere. The opposite is the case on 21st March, when it is spring in the northern hemisphere and autumn in the southern hemisphere. And in Australia, they will celebrate the Christmas in the month of in summer season, because they will have the summer at that time. The ancient Indian astronomer Aryabhatta had stated that the earth is around and rotates on its own axis. Remember this. And thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe and share with your friends, and tell them to join the classes. Thank you.